Good morning, ladies and gentlemen, as we all coming up live on the webinar today. I think as from previous experience, we just wait for a few seconds, not that long, and then we will launch. So welcome to a webinar on practical online marketing that's been organized by WACOM, the West Africa Competitiveness Program. WACOM is a program that is funded by the European Union in Ghana. In Ghana, we're working on three main value chains. We're working on the cosmetics and personal care products, fruits value chain, mango and pineapple, and cassava and derivatives. So now we are 24, we are 18, the numbers keep going. So in just a matter of a minute, we would really launch into the deep, as we say, and then we would introduce our other panelists, and then the discussions would move on. So those of you who are joining, I say a very warm welcome. It's sunny in Accra, so I guess the weather is fine wherever you are. And thank you for making time to join WACOM today on this webinar. We hope that at the end of the day, we'll all go home with the knowledge that is really needed to help us improve our interaction so far as our online presence is concerned. So we'll be able to reach out to a lot more customers. So we have 20 participants out of 50 registered. So I would say 27, we're almost halfway, so we can begin. So on this note, a warm welcome again, all ladies and gentlemen who have signed up to this morning's webinar. Like I said, this webinar is being organized by WACOM, the West Africa Competitiveness Program. And WACOM is funded by the European Union, and in Ghana is implemented by the United Nations Industrial Development Organization, UNIDO. Our office is in Laboni. And in Ghana, we're working on three main value chains. We're working on cosmetics and personal care products. We're working on fruits, mango and pineapple, and then cassava and its derivatives. Anything products that comes out from cassava. Why are we organizing this webinar today? We all are aware of what has happened in our world. COVID has slowed a lot of things down. We can't have a lot of interpersonal relations and discussions. So we're using this webinar to reach out, to train our members so that we'll be able to reach out to a lot more people and sell our products. Because at the end of the day, as we say, value chain development is products that are sold that brings income and money to our participants. So on this note, we welcome all of you. We're going to have a poll at this morning, a quick one to get to know our interest and what is happening. The webinar will be in two parts. The first part is we're going to have from e-marketing to e-commerce. And we'll have a very experienced person. I'll introduce her when the time is due. And then after her session, we'll move on to practical training on the use of social media to advertise products. We also have with us, we are very honored to have with us the ambassador, the EU ambassador to Ghana, the EU delegation ambassador to Ghana, Her Excellency Diana Akonchia. She's with us. She would give us the opening remarks from the EU, and from there we would carry on. At the end of the webinar, we would also have Program Officer Georgios from the EU would also come in and give his closing remarks. So it's an honor to have the ambassador joining this webinar. So Ambassador, we say very much thank you for joining us, for expressing such interest in the Ghanaian economy and all the things that we're doing for SMEs. We thank you. So that is Ambassador Diana Akonchia. So Ambassador, you welcome the participants around, and we await your opening remarks. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much, and good morning, everyone. Thank you for making the time to participate in this training. And thank you to UNIDO to give the delegation the possibility to intervene. I will be short because you are here for a training and not to listen to a lecture from the European Union ambassador. But I would like to say that I'm very, very happy to be able to interact with you, even if in this social distanciated form, because for me, WACOMP is an extremely important project and extremely relevant for the economy of Ghana in general and for the particular reality that we are living in these days of COVID-19. As Charles has said, we this project, Charles has already described the project and what it does, so I'm not going to go into that. I would just like to say that this project for us, it's very important because it is linked to the European Union trade policy and strategy and partnership with with Ghana and with the other West African countries. WACOMP is a regional program, and it was originally conceived to support the economic partnership agreement between the EU and West Africa that grants all West African products, and in this case particularly Ghanaian products, free access to the European Union. The economic partnership agreement with West Africa has never entered into force, but we now have a bilateral agreement with Ghana. And it's important to recall that the European Union market is open to the products from Ghana. This duty-free, quota-free access has not been interrupted by the crisis. It is there to stay now and forever. And this program is key for Ghanaian SMEs to take the maximum advantage of the possibilities offered by the European Union market. In this period of disrupted trade routes, disrupted value chains, the European Union market remains open. And I think Ghana, with its proximity and good connections to Europe that are going to, I hope they're going, well, they've never been interrupted because Ghana has always been open for trading goods, and the EU as well. So even if passenger flows is closed, goods flows has not been closed. Ghana is a closed market to European Union. European citizens, I think now more than ever, have an appetite for healthy products coming from Ghana, like the fruits and vegetables, nice cosmetics, feel-good products like the shea butter products, and I think cassava is one of those new products that needs to be further explored by the European citizens. So there is an opportunity here. It was there before, it is there also now. Furthermore, the agribusiness sector has been identified by all the studies that we have made as the most promising sector for industrialization in Ghana. And this was before the crisis, and this is even before and even more now, because the agribusiness sector, by definition, can be temporarily hit by the crisis, but people will keep on eating. So I think that's why we are in a maximum relevance of this training here. But we all have to adapt and to learn the new instruments. For me, today is the first time I open a webinar. It's a new experience. Training online is probably a new experience also for you. But let's take it as an opportunity. We don't have to move from our houses or from the places wherever you are in Ghana to get this training. With the social media, we don't have to spend much to advertise. And this is, by the way, also something we are experimenting for the European Union own visibility communication policies. We have to learn to use more and better the social media. We have to take the opportunities for e-commerce. I wish I could buy more products online these days. I wish there was more e-commerce. There will be more e-commerce in the future because people now are learning to understand and appreciate the convenience of buying, not moving from their house. I read on the Ghanaian newspaper, it was yesterday or the day before, that electronic transactions have had a jump in Ghana in the month of April. And this is because of the crisis and because of the deliberate policy of the government to increase, for example, mobile money transactions to avoid touching cash. So the moment is favorable for electronic commerce, and the moment, in spite of the crisis now, is favorable, I think, for agri-industry to develop and to explore new opportunities. I am very happy to be here because I am in my own personal, if you want, how can I call it? My own personal quest on how to use this crisis and also the moment of quiet that I have in my personal work agenda to explore more opportunities for Ghanaian business, and particularly agribusiness, to increase their activity, their export. WACOMP is not the only program that we have. We also have a program, for example, with the AGI, with the Association of Ghanaian Industry, which is called Business Linkages, and which tries to connect small and medium enterprises from Ghana to larger enterprises to partner with them. So I think we have to make use of all our possibilities to increase these linkages, to increase this connection, and to use the time that somehow the crisis has opened for us, because I personally don't spend any more time in cocktails and lunches and stuff like that, to research more ways to be connected, to use the opportunities to develop, to make a jump in our activities. I stop here because I think there is no need to say more, and again, you are not here to listen to me. I would like to thank UNIDO for the continuous commitment to this project, and please stay tuned with the EU delegation and also with our social media, because our thinking is evolving, and we are trying to use all our programs to let's say, to maximize or to minimize the negative impacts of the COVID, and to maximize the possible opportunities that may come from it. So thank you very much, and have a very productive webinar, all of you. I will stay with you for a while because I also want to learn a bit, but at some point I will have to log off. So have a very productive course, and good luck to all of you with your activities. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Madam Ambassador, and thank you so much for the compliments you've given us to UNIDO. We thank you, and then we would also, I'm also happy to hear this is the first time you participate in a webinar, so then UNIDO can also take the credit for bringing you onto a webinar. Thank you very much. So participants, we move very straight into the main business for the day. I'm introducing our first speaker. Our first speaker is Sarah Carroll. Sarah is joining us from Brighton in UK. She's a founder of a company called Grow Global. It's a pioneering e-commerce strategy and training company. Her business has helped a lot of businesses and nations to grow globally in this digital age. Grow Global has worked with over 900 companies and trained close to 1,000 people through webinars, seminars, and workshops. Over the past 15 years, Sarah has been involved in projects targeting and the development and rollout of e-business training to several public and private actors. She's currently an international consultant for UNIDO and ITC, where she delivers training courses on e-commerce and supports government and institutions to set up e-commerce policies and strategies. Last but not the least, Sarah is the author of a book called Grow Fast, Grow Global, 6 Steps to Unstoppable International Growth in Digital Age, Business Book Award 2019 finalist. She's been among the top 5 sales and marketing books on the Amazon bestseller author. So today we are really privileged to have an experienced e-marketing, e-commerce person to share her experience with us. So Sarah will take us through, and she will give us details of what it means to transcend between e-marketing and e-commerce. So without saying much, Sarah, your audience are waiting for you. And thank you very much for joining us.
Oh, thank you so much. And thank you for such a kind introduction, Charles. I'm really happy to be here. So good morning, everyone. Before we get started, Charles, is it possible to run the poll?
Please, let's watch our screens. We're going to launch a poll, and after the poll, Sarah would now give us. Yes, so this is the poll. So we want you, all participants should please answer for us. It's very simple. It's just 3 questions. The results will show immediately, and then it gives also Sarah the background to deliver. So on social media, on which social media channels do you currently advertise your products? It's multiple choice is allowed. And then do you have your own website? Please also answer. And do you currently sell your products through e-commerce platforms? Here also we have multiple choice. So in the next few seconds, we'll launch, it's live. So please, let's do that. And then we would have the results immediately. Thank you. Okay, so the results will be coming up soon. Yeah, so there we are. On which social media platform do you currently advertise? Facebook, 79%, Instagram, 50%, Pinterest, LinkedIn, Snapchat, and others. So Facebook is in a commanding lead, as we say in Ghana. And then, do you have your own website? 33% say yes, and an overwhelming 67% say no. Do you currently sell your products through e-commerce platforms? Multiple choice. Yes, 8%. Through national e-commerce platforms, yes. Yes, through international e-com. So we have 8, 4, so we'd say about 12% sell on e-commerce platforms. And then 88% no. So it's an interesting trend for us. And I'm sure at the end of this training, in a month's time, if we conduct this pool, we'll have 88 saying yes and perhaps 12 saying no. So Sarah, this is the floor. This gives us a brighter picture of what it is. And then you can take over and run us through it. Thank you very much.
Brilliant. Oh, that's so great to see those results and to see that you're all using the using Facebook, and a third of you are already on e-commerce websites as well. So that's amazing. Right, I'm just going to share my screen now with you. Okay, can everybody see my screen? Yeah, great. So we're going to talk a little bit now. I can see that a lot of you have got using Facebook and social media like Instagram to actually connect with your customers. So what we're going to talk about now is how to perhaps move that to the next stage so that you can all like get more customers, get more exposure, get more visibility, both within Ghana and internationally as well. So oops, let's just take a click on there. So we have presented here some statistics for you, because as the ambassador said, there is an absolute massive opportunity for you to actually sell more, both within Ghana and internationally. And if you have a look here, there out of a population of about 30 million people that you have in Ghana, there are 15 million internet users already. And even more so, there are 40 million mobile phone connections. That means everybody has more than one, which I know I do personally, and are connecting on there. And also you can see that over 6 million people are active on social media. So this gives us an amazing opportunity to connect with all of those people, to present our brands, our products as well in front of them. Then the one at the bottom there is 79% own a smartphone. Now this is really important and very high. So this means that people are going to be accessing your social media, your e-commerce websites, and also your marketplace listings, your online platforms through their mobile phone. So a lot of people would have access. And interestingly, in Ghana at the moment, people are spending on average 3 hours and 58 minutes on their mobile devices. And I would have a guess that that has probably gone up in the last month or so as well, when a lot of people have been sat at home as well. And out of all the 15 million internet users that we have online within Ghana, 14 million of those are already purchasing online. So this means there is really seriously a massive opportunity for you to actually get your products online and in front of all these people who will be browsing. So that's what we're going to talk about how to do that now. So in the research that's out there within Ghana, it's really great that a lot of you are actually on social media, but the easiest way for people to actually discover new brands and new products, so for you to gain new customers, is actually to put ads onto social media. So you can see that there are still traditional ways of getting brand exposure through, television shows, films, but then ads in messaging apps, you can see there a third of people respond to those as well. So, the way that people are accessing both online and offline is changing considerably in there. And you can see further down that people are looking at people's websites, 29% of people do that. People are searching in the search engines, 28%. So that basically times are changing. And these are figures from this January this year. So they're bang up to date. So it really is important that you put digital into your business plans and start using it basically on a day-to-day basis to attract new customers. Now, we saw there in the graph above, there are about 8 digital marketing channels that we need to have a think about to give us visibility online, because we know that once we go online that it's actually can be quite a busy and quite a noisy place to be. So for example, we've got on here, which we just saw there, is social media, which is on the likes of Facebook, Instagram, which a lot of you are familiar with. So it's brilliant to hear that you're already doing that. And then on the top bit there, we have something called search engine optimization. This is making sure that what you're putting onto your websites, even into your social media and onto all your online platforms that you're using as well, that you're putting the right keywords in so that when people are typing in, it's going to match with what you've got on your product listings or on your websites and in your Facebook posts, so that it actually comes up and is visible in the searches on all of those different platforms. E-newsletters might be like sending out emails to people, or it might actually be sort of sending it out through WhatsApp, broadcast lists or something like that. So there's lots of different ways of doing it. Next, you've got paid social and paid search. So this is what we call things like Facebook ads or Google ads. Now, it used to be good enough not to have to pay to advertise, but really, if you really want to get ahead, then it is good to actually put some of your budget aside, if you do have some, to actually pay for some of this advertising. Particularly on Facebook, it can actually be really low cost. It still surprises me that, you can just pay like a tiny little bit and you can get much more exposure. So that might be something, again, to put on your list of things to do. At the bottom, you've got other digital marketing techniques that are a little bit more a little bit more advanced, but things like influencers, it's a really good way, especially on Instagram, we know, and some of the TikTok and the new social media platforms that are coming out and chat apps that are coming out. It's a really good way. If you can get somebody that's famous or just particularly good on video, then that's a fantastic way to go. Try and get referrals as well. If you know other people who have got websites online and you've got complementary products or something like that, perhaps you could get them to link to you. And affiliates is a way of online getting people to refer traffic to you, and then you give them a little bit of a commission, say 5 or 10% of whatever they sell. Now, these are all ways that will work for your business. There are loads more other things you can do as well, but these are ones that actually bring in a lot of traffic, and definitely the ones that are above, where we've got from the paid social, paid search, SEO, social, and broadcasting out to people, they really do work. Now, the important thing here to note as well, and it's it's always like how many hours do we have in the day, but is really to have a balance between all of these digital marketing techniques. So I would pick, say, 1 or 2 that you think is going to be best for your customers, and it differs between the different customers that you're all going to have, and then get really good at that. And there's so much like online training out there that is free and one of the best ways is just to put it into YouTube, whatever you want to learn, and watch those videos, and bit by bit you're going to get brilliant and become digital superstars. So a lot of people talk about digital, and when we're selling online, and they're talking about, oh, you know, let's do some Facebook posts and Instagram posts and all the types of things that we've just been talking about. But actually, when I was writing the book, it was very obvious that the people who had had a lot of success actually did it the other way round. And actually, the first thing that you really need to do is to get what we call your digital sales platforms in place. Now, this is because basically you need to get these in place. So imagine it's like in the offline version, it would be like having your shop, you know, having your shop set up along the street and making sure that it looks beautiful, that it's stocked full of products, and that you've got sales assistants that are trained in customer service to actually help those customers when they come in. So this is the digital equivalent, and a lot of people forget about getting their digital sales channels absolutely spot on, or what we call get them world class. So there are really 6 different ways and 6 different digital sales channels that you can use to make that move from e-marketing into e-commerce. So if you're just selling, say, to businesses, then you would just have a website where you can present your brand, your products, your services, and your About Us, and that would be absolutely brilliant. And then you can add, like some of you have started to do, I think it was about 1/3 of you have started to do, is e-commerce. So there are lots of platforms that are out there. You don't need to build this from scratch these days. And, you know, we're not in the web development business. We just want to run our businesses. So get a ready-made platform that is able to do that for you. And then another thing to do is, like a few of you, it was about 8% have started listing on, we calling them online marketplaces or digital platform like Jumia or something like that. So we're going to show you a few more examples in a minute of those. So this is really important. Now, last year globally, the use of e-marketplaces has actually tipped over. So most people, particularly in retail, will actually buy from e-marketplaces. So it's now over 50%, whereas before people buying on e-commerce websites. So it really is a great strategy for your business, especially in the 2020s, to get onto these e-marketplaces. Then down below, you've got S-commerce. Now this is selling, it's called social commerce. So this is selling through Facebook shops and Instagram shoppable posts, and also through Pinterest as well. So I think you're going to have another session after this on that. So you'll be able to understand exactly what you can do. This is growing. It's not like a massive part of all of the online sales yet globally, but I think over the next 2 or 3 years, it really is a great place. And because lots of you already have a Facebook presence, this is going to be a lovely transition into selling online. Then the one below is C-commerce. This is pretty new. So this is a chat commerce, or it's sometimes called conversational commerce. And what this is looking at is selling through the likes of Facebook Messenger, selling through WhatsApp. WhatsApp have now set up WhatsApp Business. And for example, in other countries, they rely on it really heavily. Like in China, there is WeChat. I don't know if any of you have heard about that. So that's a brilliant way of going. And I don't know, like after that, we've got V-commerce, you know, selling through the little voice like Alexas and things like that. But we won't go into that today because that's really is new technology. But you've got to keep on your toes to see what it is that's coming next. The last one of my 6 digital sales channels that we've identified is the local partners online. Now this means, like, for example, if you had like a local retail or stockist who specialized in your products, that you could ask them to sell your products for you online. And that is a really good way and quite a fast way actually of getting a digital presence. Now, again, like I said, with the digital marketing channels, the digital sales channels, you also need a balanced portfolio. So I would suggest that you probably start with, let's say, listing on a Facebook shop, something like that, then perhaps go and list on one of the online marketplaces, and then perhaps set up your website, your e-commerce website, and start promoting that as you grow a little larger. And it's good not to rely on just one or the other, and be balanced, as I said. So once you've got all those digital sales channels in place and set up, and you selected the one you want, then the thing is to get some visibility, yeah? So you can first of all get visibility within your own country, within Ghana, and then at the next stage, you will start to get some visibility internationally, which would be great if you can start attracting international customers. So the first place you need to be visible in is the search engines. In Ghana, over 98% of people use Google, so that makes it easy for us. We just need to make sure we're optimized in Google. Social media, these are the ones that are popular in Ghana. So we've got there LinkedIn. These were all the ones in Charles's poll: LinkedIn, Instagram, YouTube as well, and also the Pinterest, Twitter, and Facebook. So make sure that you've got visibility on at least the important ones for your customers in there. Perhaps on all of them, it may take time. So select one and do that well, and then move on to the next one. And then the online marketplaces that have quite a lot of traffic and may be worth considering within Ghana are the Tonaton.com, Jumia, Gigi, Kiku, and Zuba Shop. I hope I got those pronunciations right. Hopefully somebody will correct me if not. So the idea is that you've got to get visibility within each of those, because, for example, in search engines, there's going to be like millions of companies that are listing. Even on e-marketplaces, there's going to be hundreds of thousands of products. And again, in social media, like globally, you know, there are 2 billion people on there. And we saw there were 6 million people within Ghana. So this is coming back to doing that search engine optimization that I was talking about. And yeah, perhaps that's a great topic for another session. Now, when you're going to set up online, it means that your business has to become a little bit more formalized. And these are some of the things that you need to have a think about and consider. So you need to make sure that you can get like standard pricing in place for your products, because you're going to be presenting it on your system, on your marketplace, or on your e-commerce, or even in your Facebook shop. So you need to have consistent pricing. You need to collect your payment methods as well, and make sure that they are the ones that your customers want to pay with. Like Her Excellency was saying earlier about the mobile payment methods, make sure that they are on there. Thinking about things like sales tax and how you're going to account for that within your systems. Look at your delivery policies and your methods. Is it worth paying just perhaps a little bit more to get, say, a reliable courier service? Or can you do, you know, delivery yourselves? And working out how you're actually going to do that. Are you going to accept returns? Perhaps some of the perishable goods like the fruits, that's not going to be possible. But for cosmetics, again, you're going to have to think, can you do that? There may be legal statements and policies that you need to put on there. I know, like privacy policies, you have to think about how you're going to be using people's data, and especially if you've got, say, payment method information as well, to keep that very, very safe. You may, particularly in the cosmetic sector, have to think about product compliance, and especially if you're going to be starting to sell overseas and across borders into other parts of Africa, whether you need different regulations, certifications to actually sell your products. If you get bigger, you're going to have to think about warehousing to start off. You can probably do this, you know, at home. But as you get bigger, you're going to need to think about that. And then you're going to have to think about getting, you know, stock control if you're going to sell online, and lots of other, you know, teams. And then you may do that yourself, or you may contract that out to somebody else as well. And there may be considerations such as insurance to cover shipping, and also if you're running premises as well. So I don't want to put you off, because the opportunity for e-commerce is absolutely massive. But what we do want to say is that before you go jumping in, there are lots of different things that are worth thinking about to formalize your business and make sure that you can offer the best possible service to the customers that are going to come your way. So the top tips that we have here, which I also mentioned in my book, are about what people and clients that we've worked with have done to be successful. First of all, don't be scared of trying new things. It's a great time to try out the digital right now. And you can start small, and you can slowly add, and as I've been saying, is add new different channels on there as you go. it really is the best time to start doing this now, and to really to get ahead of the curve as well. So for example, this morning in the news, I read this morning here in the UK that digital sales for retail has now just gone to 30%, and it's because of the the crisis at the moment, but it was 18% 2 months ago, and now 30%. So that's 1 in every £3 that's being spent in the UK is being spent online. So it's absolutely amazing to see how fast it can grow. Be prepared to invest, and when I say invest, I mean time, and also in skills and training yourself up, and also financially, like we're saying, you might need to put a little bit of budget into building a website at some point, and you might need to keep a little bit of budget back as well for actually doing those ads that we were talking about, either on say Facebook or Google further down the line. And I would urge you as well, we're going to give you a little bit of a plan in a second, but is to make a plan. It's really important to not try and do everything at once and spread yourselves too thinly. So yeah, keep trying to do that. And then pick the winners. You don't have to sell everything you've got online. Pick the products that you think people are going to like mostly, and also pick the ones that you can be consistent, consistent quality, and that can be supplied on an ongoing basis, because once you get online, you don't really want to be going out of stock like every other day or something like that. So pick the winning products and present those to the world. Then the next thing is get your back office in shape. So once you start going online as well, you need to think about other things. Are you going to need any like finance software? How are you going to keep track of all your customers? Do you need what's called a customer relationship management system? And there's loads of help out there that you can get, and also a stock system. So have a little bit of a think as you scale and you start getting a bit bigger, whether you need to put these in, and put them in as early as you can possibly do that. And then the last one is get the right team about you. These digital skills now are quite specialist, so you can learn yourself. You can learn so much yourself. A lot of what I've learned myself, just going to courses and just learning online. And once you get to a certain point, you can really, it's a bit like learning another language. You get to a point where you start to fly with that. But don't be concerned about like perhaps reaching out to people within your families, your friends who've got these digital skills that can just help you get going. And then again, when you get a little bit bigger, you can hire in, an agency or a freelancer to actually come and help you. And with all of these things in mind, they're not really like technical things, but it will help you propel your whole business forward. And then here we have a little 12-point action plan. So it's actually not that little, is it, with 12 points? But this is the order in which I suggest that you start to get your business online. So first of all, ensure the quality and the consistency of your products, and make sure that they are fitting in with any regulations, especially if you do get to the point where you're selling across borders. Make sure, like I said earlier, that you've got a reliable and constant stock of your products, because once you're online, then it's really, really tricky to keep having things in stock and then out of stock, and customers want to know that you are open basically 24/7. And then you need to identify your unique selling points. We were talking a little bit earlier about how busy it is out there. Why should people shop with you? What is it that's so different about you? Why are you so special? Try and work that out. And again, ask friends and family and existing customers why they love you so much. And then we need to create these, what we call it, like brilliant products descriptions with like images and video. We all love to see beautiful stuff online. So make it as good as you possibly can. And, with all those smartphones that people have, you can do amazing things with those just to get started as well. You don't need to go and have, professional videos and things made. Just get stuff out there. We talked a bit before, get good delivery and returns processes in place, organize your back office, choose the best digital sales platforms for you out of those 6 that I had there. And they'll be different for every single one of you that are on this call. Choose the best digital marketing tools for you as well. Pick 1 or 2 that you can run with to start with. Now, the important thing as well, number 9 on our list, is calculate your costs and profitability. Obviously, this is all going to take your time, it's going to take your money, and you don't want to be going online, but then selling with all these additional costs of postage and delivery at a loss. So make sure that you literally just open up a little Excel spreadsheet and just work through what your costs may be. Then finally, on the technical side, research those keywords that you think people might be using to search for your products. And then we need to get onto the human side of it, which is deliver exceptional customer services as best as you possibly can. And I'm sure you will. And then we get into a cycle. So, you know, we go through all of these from 1 to 11, and then we need to keep going round and round so that we get better and better and better until we are world class. So this is something that you can take away with you and start working through, hopefully from, wow, why not start today? I'd love to see you all starting today. So that's the end of my presentation, and back to Charles.
Thank you very much, Sarah, for such a comprehensive presentation. And there are a few questions here that we would take. First, somebody is asking that which one is effective using the various e-commerce platforms that you showed, or various social media handles, and having a website. Which one is the most effective to use?
So it really does depend on what your products are, but I would say in terms of the volume of sales that you're likely to get and the visibility, the exposure, probably for you, it would probably be the online marketplaces. That is almost like one of the easiest ways to get customers. But you do have to be aware that, again, even if you go onto one of the bigger sites, like Nitramene or one of those, then you are, you still may have to pay for advertising within that to get your products visible.
Okay. Then there's also a question of what would you recommend as a reliable app to be used to manage the back office?
Okay, so the back office, it breaks down into lots of different areas. So if you are, so first of all, you're going to have, it depends whether you're manufacturing or not, but first of all, you need to have a stock control system, which you can actually get as part of a finance system as well. Then you would have a finance system, yeah, so that you can be invoicing your customers and, yeah, just making sure that that side of the business is fine. Then I would say a customer relationship management system is also something that you do. So you basically keep a track of all your customers and every interaction that you have with them. So if you call them, if they have a sale, and it can get quite sophisticated actually, and you can send newsletters to them that's all done automatically. So this is like the dream when you get to that point there. I mean, we use something called Active Campaign. It's, you know, it's software in the cloud. So I think, you know, most people can access it if you've got access to a credit card to pay for it. And I'm sure there's some local suppliers as well. For finance, we use something called Xero, which is global now. And again, you can subscribe to it. So it's not, you know, there's tons and tons of them. Perhaps that's something we can do afterwards, perhaps, is get a list of, you know, the main ones that are used globally. And I'm sure there are some locally that are available within Ghana as well that we can add to our list.
Okay, so I think the last, and then we can move on, is how would I drive traffic to my site? Okay,
so there are lots of different ways. So you know the first diagram that I showed with the 10 circles, as well as 8 circles that were going around there. So those are all techniques to drive traffic if you've got your own independent website, or you can, you know, use them to drive to your Facebook shop, or equally to any online marketplace listings. So the one that is still, for a website, the one that is still most effective is the search engine optimization. So it's about working out, you know, what keywords somebody would be doing. For example, I was doing a one-on-one review with a client the other day on this week, and they ran a brewery. So they had gluten-free vegan beer, which is quite trendy over here. I'd love that. And you know, but they didn't have in any of their product descriptions and titles on their websites and all this, the fact that it was gluten-free and that it was vegan. So if I was typing into Google gluten-free vegan beer, or gluten-free beer, or vegan beer, it wouldn't bring up their website because they hadn't even put that information in. That's why that part where we were talking about working out what people might be typing in and what product descriptions you know, making sure that those are as brilliant as they possibly can be is one of the key things. So generally we see about 50% of all traffic visitors to a website comes from SEO. Then you've got, you know, you can carry on doing the social media, and then you can start moving into the paid ads. That's probably the order that I would do it in.
All right. So at this stage, Sarah, well, thank you very much for such a very comprehensive discussions. There are a few other questions, but I think it more relates also to the second session, which Nelson will be doing. So we thank you very much for sharing your experience with us, and we're sure we'll have you another time. So on behalf of the One and all our Ghanaian community and friends and partners who've joined us and our stakeholders, we say a very big thank you, and we look forward to having another interaction with you.
Brilliant. It's been an absolute pleasure. Good luck, everybody. Just go and do it. See you later. Bye-bye. Bye-bye.
So we thank Sarah, Carol, for such a brilliant presentation. We'll move to the second part of the day, where after all that she said, like all said and done, she said, don't be scared, start something new. So how are we going to start something new? We have our friend, Nelson, who is going to take us through the very fiber of the thing. How do we do it? Practical use of main tools, Facebook, Instagram, Pinterest, based on the pool to sell our products. Nelson, welcome and thank you for showing up. Please take the floor.
Thank you, Charles. Welcome everybody. So last time we went through the various platforms as we discussed the other time, and we learned a lot about WhatsApp, Facebook, Pinterest, and all of these things. And I'm happy to see that there are people who are using Pinterest now. And even though Facebook, I mean, you're all right to be still on Facebook, and Facebook is still the reigning king when it comes to social media. So today we want to look at some of the practical ways that you can use some of these tools. And my presentation is always going to be live. I'm going to share my screen with you and then also share my phone with you, because I believe most people are going to be working from their phone. There are web applications that you can use, you can try them, they are the same. But I'm going to go through the phone interface so that it's going to be easier with you. Right, so my colleague panelists also shared with you on WhatsApp Business. And we are going to take a look at what WhatsApp, the business version of WhatsApp, and how you use that to do the chat comments, as she has mentioned. So I hope you can see my screen there. Okay, so that is my phone. I hope everyone can see. Charles, can you confirm for me if we can all see my phone?
See. Yeah, so it's clear.
All right, great. So we can see the WhatsApp. There was the WhatsApp here, which is the one on beside my phone icon. And then there's the one that says WhatsApp Business. If you don't have WhatsApp Business, then you need to go to the Play Store and then search for, so let's go to the Play Store. Whilst it opens up, you click at the top and then you search for WhatsApp Business. I believe we can all know how we search for that. So that is WhatsApp Business for you. And then you can download it if you don't have it. But if you have it, then you open that. Okay, so this is WhatsApp Business, and it has a few features that allows you to do your chat comments easier. Instead of having to use the regular WhatsApp, when clients send you a request, they want to, can you share with me your prices for this product? How much do you charge? What can I do? You have to be responding individually to all these people. Sometimes it can take our time. So we're going to go through a few things that WhatsApp Business has. As you can see, you can migrate your personal WhatsApp to the WhatsApp Business, but you cannot migrate your WhatsApp Business to the personal one. So if you're going to use WhatsApp, if you want to use the number you're using already to connect to WhatsApp, then fine. Just download the application, go through the processes of registration, and it's going to copy all your chats from the regular WhatsApp into the WhatsApp Business, and you continue from there. If you want to have a separate number, you can go ahead and then use the WhatsApp Business with a different number, then you can connect. Right, so it has all the features of, like regularly with your chats, the status, and then your calls, just your regular WhatsApp. But then when we come to the top corner, and we go to settings, we can see there's a new one here that says WhatsApp business, your business settings, and this is what we are going to look at. All right, so if you click on the profile, this is how it looks when somebody looks at your profile. It has the services you render, your digital location, that's your map, the category you are in, your opening hours. You can select how you open. If you have a regular opening time, you can state your opening hours, your website and your email, and then a catalog. If you can see here, a catalog, and then your about, you can write a few description about what you do. So we're going to go through one by one how we can get all of these things done and how we edit them. At the top right corner like this, we can see the edit button. Right, but let's get into WhatsApp business and then see how it works. So once you've set up and then you have everything correctly done, you can set your DP. The first thing we see is the business profile, because this is strictly supposed to be for business. So when you go to your WhatsApp business, here you can set your profile photo. So you have yours there, the business name, you can have it there. And then as I showed you, let's go through the editing process. So here, the first one, you know how to set a profile picture already, as most people are using WhatsApp. Here, you click and then you edit your business name. When you are done, you click OK. The next one is your phone. You edit that, and then for now, because I have set it, if I try doing it, it will ask if I want to change the number to a different number. So if you have already set up a number, maybe your personal one, and you don't want to use that personal one for your business anymore, and you want to migrate to a whole new number, then you have to edit that and then you can migrate. This feature is also available in the regular WhatsApp, but you can do that here. Now, what do you do? So you can state briefly what you do in the shop description. Now your address here, this one will fetch where you are. So just type in, you can update it. If you just open that, you can update your map, or you can type it. When you are done, you click on done here, it will update the location. I don't want to edit, but I'm just showing you how you go through that, how to set up your profile. Then this is a category. There are a few categories you can choose. So if you are into beauty, cosmetics, and personal care, you can choose that. If you are into grocery, you can choose that. If you are a non-profit, you can choose that. If you're not a business and you want to use the business profile, well, I don't know why you would say you are not a business. So these are the categories that you have. So you choose that and then you get going. All right. So, okay. So the next one is your opening hours. If you click to edit your opening hours, you can tap one of these ones, whether you are open or not, and then you can change from the top by the schedule, whether you are running, you are always open, you are open at selected hours, or by appointment only. If you have a physical store and you select by, how do you call it, the selected hours, you can specify the hours here, and then it's going to work for you. If not, if you want to do, maybe people have to book appointment before they come, you can choose by appointment. If you're always open, maybe you're running a 24/7 online shop, probably you can choose always open. So however your schedules are, works for you, and you can choose the number of the days as well. Here, the next session, you have your email address over here. If you can set that, and then the next one is your website. It also gives you an opportunity to add another website. So you can just add at maybe unido.org or something like that. I hope you can see. I hope you can still see what I'm doing.
Yes, we can.
All right, sure. So then you come down here to the last one, which is your services, and then you can have a description of it's just like the regular status. It's just like the regular status. So you can have a description of your services there, or you can choose a different one. All right, so I'll discard mine, and then we go back. We are done with our profile. The next important thing that I'll introduce to you is the catalog. You understand, sometimes you may be faced with people trying to ask you for what products you offer and how much you offer them. And the catalog gives you the ability to have a list of products with their prices and also with pictures. So that when somebody wants to ask for your maybe your product update or anything like that, they can simply just come here. You click on the catalog, and I have set my catalog here. You're going to go through the process of adding a new one. If you don't have any, nothing is going to show. But here's a preview of the catalog. If you select one, this is the title, a pre-birthday photo shoot over here with the price, and then this is the description for it. If you open it, then you can have the pictures of your products and your prices. I'm using this so that you can have it as an example. If you can edit it. For example, let's add one first so that we can edit. We click on the plus button here, and this is the section for images at the top. You click to add images from your gallery. Okay, so you can have maybe this image over here and that. Okay, so you add your item name, which is called photo book, or maybe your skin cream or anything like that. You can add your prices, maybe it's 100 cedis. If you select more field, you can describe what it is. So this is blah, blah, blah. You can add it there. And then the link. You put a link here if they can purchase it from your website. So if you have a link on your website, you can just go to the website and then you set a link over here. If you have an item code that you can use, some people have a lot of products, and they might just want to they categorize them into codes and all of that. So if you have an item code, you can add it here. You can add up to about 10 images from your gallery. So make sure you have your pictures on your maybe, let me choose this one. Right. So you can add multiple images over here, and then you can scroll through them. When you are done, you click on save. All right, so it's going to, the time icon means that it will go to WhatsApp, and they are going to review your product, and then if it's accepted, because they have some guidelines of things you cannot post, and you can read that on the WhatsApp business website. And then, so if they approve it, it's going to add over here. Until they approve it, your clients or anybody who views your profile will not be able to see it. So you have this here pending. The time icon there is pending. So you can, you wait. Maybe it takes about an hour, and then they approve it for you. When they approve it, it adds to your catalog. If you want to edit an existing one, the same process, you go.
Nelson.
Yes, can you hear me?
Yes, I can hear you. Now, it looks like now the image is not changing, it's just stagnant. So if you can reshare again, then we can have it again.
Okay. Oh, so then I've been sharing a lot.
No, it was, but I think I just realized.
Okay, 1 minute. Okay.
Yeah.
Can you see it now?
Yes. You're on details.
You have details, right?
Yes, we have details, yes.
Okay, so pardon me, I'll just go back and then we go through it again.
No, the catalog, yes.
Okay, so we went through the business profile and then all the details. I believe you saw that one.
Yes, this was done. Yes, so we can move on.
All right, so the next one I was talking about is the catalog. And the catalog is the one that allows you to add stock or any prices or items that you have. So the second one gives you that ability. If you have different kind of products, you have skincare creams, you have pineapple juices, you have gari, you have anything that you have packaged. I believe I've mentioned all the value chains. Right. So this is the list of my catalog. So you can see this one, and then the next one, and this one. So there are 3 of them. Right. So what I want to do is I want to add a new catalog. I want to add a new product. The plus button at the bottom gives you the ability to add a new catalog. If you click on that, it gives you, you can see add image over there, the item name, the price, and then some other fields. So you want to have a new catalog. So we go to our gallery. If you have it, if you don't have it, you can take a new picture on your phone. So let me just have this here. Okay, so then it comes into it. I can add another one, go through the same process, go through my gallery, and then add a new picture to it. Okay, so then I can give it a product name. So I'll call it whatever I want, whatever your product name is, you call it, so you give it a price. So you can give it a price. The more detailed fields ask you to add a description. So you can add my item or anything, whatever description you want to give it. This link gives you the opportunity to add if you have a website. So if you have an e-commerce website and you have a shop, you can copy the link of the products that you have and then paste it here. In that way, they can click on the product and they can direct them onto your website so that they can have a view of your product and make a purchase if you are going to direct them to your website. If not, and you want to continue offline, then you have to keep chatting. So you put a product there, your website address here. If you want them to visit your Instagram or your Facebook, it's still going to work. It's just a link. So for anything that's a link, it's going to fit in. But it is I think it is meant for having or integrating your website product into your WhatsApp so that they can click from here and then visit the product. If you have an item code for your product, maybe you have a store, you have the product number is 010X. You can put it there so that if they are ordering, they can quote that number and then they can order from that. If you want to add more images, you can continue. Once you are done, you click on save at the top right corner over there. It saves. Right. So once it saves, you can see at the top left corner of the catalog, there is a time icon over there. And the time icon means that it is pending approval from WhatsApp. Whatever you do has been uploaded. The images have been uploaded. So they will see what you have done. And it doesn't take so much time. The first one I did is already approved, which is the photo book. It's already approved. The second one is going to go through approval. And then once it's done, it will be added to your catalog. So anybody that comes to your profile, your business profile, so already it's been approved. If you can see but at the bottom below, you can see my catalog. And then when you click on that, it will list my catalog for you. That is how you're going to see. So if you're on WhatsApp right now, and then you can add my number 5000 quadruple 8 and 6 to see what I'm doing. Or if you don't want to, just don't bother. But then how do you use the catalog, for example? If somebody asks you for prices, for example, somebody just said, please, your screen is not visible to me. All right. So then I can just come here and then add with the clip icon over here. As you can see, a new tool is added over here, which is called the catalog at the right side. If I click on catalog, I can select any of them. If they ask me for my product, how much is your product? Can I see pictures? What is it that, any information about it is added in your catalog. You just click one of them and then you push it as send. So then you send them a whole catalog. All they have to do is to click on it. They see the prices, they see the pictures, they can see the details of the pictures. And then if they want something, they can continue chatting with you. So this is how it works with a catalog. So you just add it by the clip icon, choose your catalog, and then you share with them. Or you can just come to the catalog itself. If you press and hold one, I think if you enter it, it has a forward icon at the top right corner. If you click on that, you can select which contact you give it to, and then you can share with all with them. As you know, WhatsApp also has you can have a broadcast message. Okay, you can have a broadcast message. If you add a broadcast, it means that you can select certain people that you can send the information to, and group them into one. So I have one broadcast, and I called it Ask for Prices. And I'll share with you quickly how we go through that. And there's a feature that is called, let's go. All right, so, okay. All right. So we have labels over here. And then for labels, you can add certain items over here that you can group with anything. For example, if I add a new label and says that enquiries, for example, if somebody sends me an information, I can group their messages through the label. So if I have somebody send me a message, and then I can just tap and hold, click on a label here and add them to the label, which is called enquiry, and save. I can also add another person's chat. Just tap and hold, click on a label, and click on enquiry and save. If another person also comes through, I add it to the enquiry. What I'm going to do here is that based on the labels I have given every chat, I can come to my labels, and then I can see from here, I have 3 items in my enquiry. If I click on the enquiry, I can see the messages that I linked. And then from there, I can just, I can message all of them, message customers. It adds all of them to a new broadcast, and then I select OK. If I select OK, I can send them any message I want, because there are 3 people here. The 2 people I have here, I haven't saved their contact, so it didn't allow me. So let me add somebody that I saved, yes. So here, I click, and then enquiry, and then I save. So if I come to my labels here, I click on enquiry, I select message customers. It is already grouped all of them for me. It is already grouped them all of them for me, and then I can move on and send them a message over here. Enquiry. If I come into the enquiry, for example, the same thing will work with adding a catalog to them. So all those who ask me for the prices, I can just select one catalog and share with all of them. They are all going to receive it. So in other words, just making you have the easy way of sharing prices and your stuff with your customers. Now, there's one last thing I'll share with you on the business settings, which is the short link. The short link. WhatsApp gives you a link that's this is a feature that's in the WhatsApp business. They can generate a short code for you that you can paste anywhere, maybe on your website or anywhere that you can. That will allow a link, and then whenever anybody clicks on that link, it will automatically open their WhatsApp, and then they will allow you to, for example, if I share this one with a link, if I click on this WhatsApp, it automatically opens a WhatsApp and opens a chat with me. So anybody, if they're on your website and you copy that link and you put it on any website, if they click on it, WhatsApp will open, the whole thing will open the WhatsApp, and then it will start automatically generate the chat for you, and then you can start chatting with them. So this is a handy feature that you can use to integrate the WhatsApp into your website. So that is all found on the WhatsApp shortcode. All right, so I'll move on to Facebook, and then I think that is where a lot of us have been marketing. So I'll share my browser so you can see. Okay. So welcome to Facebook. So the same thing over here as we are continuing. I'm going to talk about a few things. We all know how to post, I believe. We all know how to promote. If you have your business account, you can just click on the boost post, and then you can promote your whatever post you have made. But two things I want to talk about. I want to go into the WhatsApp publishing tools. Last time I mentioned two things, the carousel, the Facebook carousel. So we're going to go through how that one is done, and then another feature so that we can you can explore more on your own with Facebook. So, sorry, let me just go back. Okay, this is the new Facebook interface. So if you come here, this is going to be your home page. If you click on the next thing, you're going to see your pages, the pages you handle. So if you come, you select in your page, that's the pages that is listed, and you're going to see this as your page. On your left side, you're going to see publishing tools, and that is where you're going to have and create the carousel. This feature is not on the mobile app, especially with the carousel. You can download the Facebook app, you can download the Facebook Pages app to manage your pages. That is important. But creating the carousel and setting features in the Facebook apps is not available on the mobile app yet. I haven't seen it there yet. So if I click on publishing tools, this is going to open up a whole new platform for me to be able to publish any kind of content that I want. And this is the old interface. But now, so you can see a preview of all the adverts I've been running, and then I can work with it. But now they have added a new tool called the Creator Studio. And the Creator Studio brings everything together. So on the left side, you can see Creator Studio. You can visit this page by just going to business.facebook.com/Creator Studio. Or you can go through the routine that I went through. Go on your page. On the left side, you see publishing tools. Then when you go to publishing tools, you go to Creator Studio. Right. So now it allows me to post, go live, upload a video, see my insights and all the activities I've been having over here. You can also connect your Instagram, because as I mentioned earlier, that Facebook and Instagram are interconnected. The things that work on Facebook will be working on Instagram as well to some extent. Right. So here, if you click on at the top corner, you see the Instagram tab and you see all of that here. But let's do with Facebook first. Now here we have post something over there at the top. If you click on that, it is going to open a new interface over here. That gives us all the tools that we need. Here is to advertise your business if you are going to create an ad. And this side is where I'm interested in, the multimedia side. If you click on the multimedia, you're going to see 4 things here. The create photo album, photo carousel, and then a slideshow, and then the instant experience. I'm going to take us through the photo carousel and then the instant experience. And that, because that is one of the 2 things I mentioned that can help you. If you're going to create a photo carousel, like I showed you the other time, you need to have your pictures ready. Okay, so where do you want all of these things to go? So you're going to enter your website address over here at the URL section. So maybe www.wacom. Oh, come on. One minute. Let's start that. Let's start again. Okay, so I can pick certain images that I have over here, for example, and then I open them. Oh, why not? All right. So I've uploaded about 4 pictures over here. Sorry. I don't know, I think there's an error. It's not allowing me to enter the URL. But the starting point is entering the URL over here. I don't know what it wants. Yes. Okay, so I don't know, so there's an error. You're supposed to enter your website address over here, where the URL states, and then you click on the arrow that leads, that takes you to the next page. Then it will allow you to upload up to 5 pictures. 5 pictures, for example, so if you have your flyers done, you can upload up to 5 pictures, and then you just create a carousel from this point. I don't know why, maybe they're having an issue or something, but we would have gone through that. The next one I also wanted to take you through was the instant experience. The instant experience is like a mini web page. For example, you can have certain components over here that allows you to add some pictures, video, text, a button, and then where you want them to go after they've watched through the experience. So this one gives you an ability to create something like a small web page. If you click on add a component, for example, first off, I want to add a photo, and then text block, and let's say a video as well. When I click on OK, it is going to open up this section for me. When it opens up this section for me, it allows me to upload a photo, for example. So if I open this one, let me choose this. Yeah. It uploads that. And then where do you want to, I want to, you insert your link over here, so that when you click on that, it's going to make them see what you put over there. Or you can click, or you can add the text section that we added, allows me to say something. Hello everyone. The preview is on the right side as you are doing. My product is awesome. Buy from me. Oh. All right. So you can have a background color to that text, and then you can format it anyhow you want. So this one gives you an ability to kind of design something for yourself over here in a kind of a small, a mini web page, so that when you create this one, it is going to be added to the post that you have done. It gives you the ability to promote this one. So when people are on Facebook and they see this advert, you can put in your picture over there at where the brand is. You can have a small text description. You can put a video link over here that you have created. And then when you are done, you can also add a button. But at the end of the day, because you have specified the link over here, after all of this one, if they click on the button or if they click on the product you have done, it is going to link them to the website or wherever you have put, you have showed them to, you have pointed them. So this feature and then the carousel features, unfortunately, I couldn't go through the carousel with you. But this is how it works. The carousel is just simple. Design images, about up to 5 of them, come to the creator, the creator studio, choose the multimedia one. Let me say this one. All right, so then I close. So this particular section has the carousel and the multimedia section. Let me close that. So this one and then the other one. I hope it works somehow, but since it's not working, I don't know what's up with them on that one. You can also create other ones, but that's not where we are. If you want to advertise your business, for example, if you click on the advertise one, you choose there's a reason why you are going to advertise. You want to boost an Instagram, get more pages, promote your page, get more calls, get website visitors, and get more leads. The leads gives you a form so that people can fill. And maybe if you want them to send you their email address, or if you want them to fill any, just subscribe to your newsletter or anything like that. As the name implies, the Boost Instagram post allows you to promote your Instagram post. And that works by linking your Instagram to Facebook. We'll get to that in a moment. If you want to get more messages, these are specially designed interfaces that allow you to customize your advert to drive a certain feedback that you want. So any of them that you click on will have a kind of a separate interface or a separate tool that will allow you to create certain adverts. So if you want to promote your page, this one is going to have, so the type of image, you select an image from your browser, you add a text, you select the audience, which people are you trying to advertise to, their age range and all of that. You can create a new audience by this one, and then you go through the procedure. I think it's easy to follow. If you just explore, you'll be able to do it. And as our first presenter mentioned, if these things are getting complicated, because they could easily get complicated, Facebook is so broad, it's not as simple. And then you can get help from somebody, like I said. You can promote your page, you have the duration and the budget. How long is it going to run? 5 days over here. Or you can choose an end date when you want it to complete end it. And then your daily budget. So you can start from $1 up to 500 as Facebook allows. And then in fact, the more you go, the more people you can reach. So estimated is 737 to 130 likes in a day. So you can increase your daily budget, and then it will be increasing your the number of people you can reach. You have to set your payment method over there, and then you click on promote. It will go through an approval stage. They will approve it, and then you can have your advert to be running. All right. So let me just cancel that. So these are the two things I wanted to show you on Facebook. The rest are just creating posts, adding pictures, and then having the button below the post so that you can promote those pictures. And then any of the other ones that you want. Facebook is really complex, like I said. There are so many things to the Facebook that we may not be able to discover. We cannot go through all over here in this webinar. But this, I wanted to point this to you so that when you want to come here, you can do so. Let's move on to Instagram. Again, I'm going to share my screen with you, my phone screen with you, and then we go through a few things about Instagram as well. That one is mostly mobile friendly. So when that comes, you'll be using your phone a lot more. Okay, so we have Instagram. On your first page are the people you follow, the feed from the people you follow. So whatever industry or whoever you are following, you're going to have. On the top here are the status that most people have created, the people you follow have created. But what we want to do is to go to the last button, your profile at the bottom, for example. If you click on that, the bottom right corner, it's going to bring you to your profile. Now, it's similar to what you can do on WhatsApp. As you can see, I have pasted my WhatsApp link over here at the below the, I think the fourth line, as you can see. So when somebody comes to my profile, they can just click on this link and they can have a direct chat with me on WhatsApp. Now, I want us to go through the profile. The profile is similar to what we did on WhatsApp, and then you just have to fill in the detail, choose your profile, and then you go there. But then on the right, the top right corner, there are three lines over there that you click. When you click on this one, you go to at the down there, you see settings. And this is where you can choose a lot of things for you. As you can see, I have a business tab over there. If you don't have a business tab, it means that you are using the Instagram for your personal use. It will give you a notice over here that you have to convert your If you want to have business, convert your normal profile to business, and then you are going to have this profile. And this page is also going to come. So you can have your promotions and adverts and all of that. What I want to show you is how your link to the Facebook. All right, so as you can see at the bottom on this one, you can see the switch to personal account. If you come to the account, you can switch to business account over here. If you go to settings, account, then you can, this one tells me to switch back to a personal one. But if you don't have a business account, you go to your account and switch to a business one so that you can advertise, you can you can promote your stuff. If you go back to your profile and you have an advert, and for example, there is a post. Simple thing is clicking on this promote button, and then to open up the promotion window, you can promote your profile, you can promote your website, or you can have direct messages. Whichever one you choose, like I said, it's like Facebook. So you can go through the processes and set your audience, and then have a budget, just like you've done on Facebook. Now, if you're doing it on Facebook, there's also, if you have linked your account to Instagram to your Facebook, there's an option that allows you to bring or channel your advert from Facebook to your, so that it will show on Instagram as well, right? So go to here. I have set up my Facebook. So this is the linked Facebook page. It will allow you to set your Facebook over there. Over here. So this, you can link your page to your Facebook account over here. All right. The next thing also I want to show you is the insight. Now, if you click on View Insight, it will tell you the number of people that you are reaching, the people that are coming to your page and all of that. If you scroll up, you're going to see a lot more insights. I was mentioning to you, somebody asked the question concerning how would you know when to post on Instagram. Your insight on Instagram, for example, will tell you how many people are coming on your page. I want to find out and show you. We go to insights over here at the settings, for example. Now, if we go to audience, the third one. Now, this is the graph. These are the locations, the top locations. I have Accra, Kumasi, Lagos, and all of that. The age range is 25 to 34. So this gives you an information that when you are setting up your advert, you can choose the age range that has the maximum number of people following you, so that you maximize your advert. You wouldn't just choose age 13 to 17 or just spread the entire advert to everybody. That way you'll be reaching a lot of people that you don't necessarily want. So if you come to your insight and you get to that at the top, the corners here, go to your insight, go to your audience and see how how your audience are behaving. The last one shows you the hours that they are. So the top one is 9 p.m. followed by 6 p.m., 12 p.m., 9 a.m., and then 3 p.m. I can select days on the other side so that I can see which ones. The deeper the blue, it means that that is the days that most people come to your profile. So Friday is the most days that people come to my profile. So it means that on Friday, I should have an engaging story that I can share with my followers over here. Right, then we can see the day. So this one gives you a preview of your audience and how they are even interacting. What are they trying to click on? Over here, you have a lot of information here. You study it for yourself, and then you use this information to create the specific advert for yourself. So if you want to create a post on Instagram, I believe you all know, after setting up the account, you just tap the plus button. You can fetch photos from your gallery and then you post. It's that simple. What I also mentioned the other time is to add in hashtags. For example, this is my caption for this photo. Now, the hashtags, you can do it either on the post or you can do it in the comments. If you add the add button over here and then you start typing, it's going to bring up a list of people that you follow. So if you want to prompt somebody that you have made a post, say they should check, You bring the @, go through the number of people here and select someone. Then your profile is added. You can select a few people that you have by just starting to type their name and then to bring up their profiles. The other one too is the hashtag. Now, if you look at this, maybe you have posted something about your cream, for example. You just want to add the relevant hashtags. I told you that the hashtags are keywords that you can add to your post so that when people click on them, it will be aggregated for them to see whatever you're doing. If you type the hashtag, you are ready to go. Then you start typing whatever name. For example, this is, I can see Kente in this one. If I type the word Kente, for example, Instagram shows me the relevant hashtags, the similar hashtags that are using the Kente, so I can choose any of them. The key one is not to choose the one that is too popular. If it is too popular, for example, this one has 500, the first one has 521,000 public posts. It means that when you add yours and it is new, it will easily get missing. You may want to use one with a less post. For example, Kente styles. So if you click on that, it's going to be added to your post. You can add as many hashtags as you want. The key thing is that add hashtags that are relevant to your post and then share those ones so that when they click on that one, they will see a list of posts that are having the Kente styles and then they can share with that one. Let me save that. Let's try and see what happens. So now I have these profiles here and I have the hashtags here. If I click on the hashtag, the Kente styles, we can see all people are trying to post using the Kente, for example. So they are tagging the, different types of Kente over here. And then it tells you, you can also follow the hashtag to have updates if you are somebody who is interested in that. But this is how it looks like. So these are the top posts and these are the recent posts. So they can have the recent posts. These were just posted in about 20 minutes ago, as we can see from the button here. It was posted about 20 minutes ago. So that's how the hashtags work. When you add a hashtag, it is Instagram will fetch it when somebody is interested in finding a post about the Kente, for example. So always make sure that you are adding hashtags and tagging the relevant people that are necessary. I believe you can go through the rest on your phone and then explore what they can do. So I don't keep worrying you. The last one will be Instagram, for example. Instagram, yes, not for example, right? So when we visit Instagram, we are presented with a feed. I mentioned the other time that Instagram allows infographics and other information and other specialized pictures and content. So here somebody has made an infographic about homemade Crepes body butter. Right. If we click on that, we can see all the things the person has written about them, and then scrolling down will show us more butter posts. So this is an important area that you can create some of these content, design some of these content, put them on Instagram so that people who follow things about body butter will be having them on their feed. Now, if you open it, for example, this one is also linked to their website. So see, after I've clicked, it is trying to open their website. Their website is liveamazing.com, and they have created this to share. Now, it's embedded with it is the link, so that when anybody clicks on that, it will go to the website. Now, you can follow these people by clicking on the follow over here. You can read on the post, or you can save it. Right. When you save it, it comes to your dashboard, but we'll get there. So this is the default feed. Whatever feed that you have, you're going to be seeing that here. The next tab is following. So these are the people I follow, and whatever information they present will come to me. So if somebody is following you and you have an information you've posted on Pinterest, they're going to see these ones over here. All these individual posts are called pins, right? So if you want to create one, the plus sign at the bottom, you click on that, and then you create a pin. It's just like making an Instagram post or a Facebook post, and it's going to have pictures that you have. Then you can go to your next one, you give it a title, and then destination website. This is the important one I was telling you. So you can have your website over here, and then you add it. It means that whoever, all right, it's trying to load the website, right? So it means that whoever is going to click, see this one and click on the pin that I have. All right, my pins. Right. If anybody sees this in their feed and they click on that, it's going to open my website for me. So you can see I've opened the Wacom website. So this is why it is useful. It will give you the opportunity to create a very compelling image. Use that image to drive traffic to your website by just tapping on this one, creating a pin, adding a website, and you are done. Anybody that sees your pin will be able to follow you, and this one is an easy way of driving traffic. As you can see, it is simple and direct. They can follow you as well. You can have, the next one is a board. The board is a collection of pins. So you are following different accounts, and they are sharing different things. You can have a pin about cassava, you can have a pin about cosmetics, you can have a pin about food, you can have a pin about lifestyle, interior decor, whatever it is. And then you can share this board as either private or public. People can follow your board as well. So as you are adding to your board, you can see what you are having. But the key thing I wanted to share with you is that whenever you create a pin, add your website or the link where you want people to go to. So that the moment they click on the image, it opens up your website for them. So there are a lot about this one that you can explore. The last one is your profile over here, which shows you the items that you have. You can see your overview, the boards that you have, the pins that you have created, the followers that you have, the people that you are following over here in a very simple way. When you go to the settings icon at the top corner, over here, this one, it takes you to your profile. You can edit your profile and have different settings over here, all right? So you can go through that. Now, if you come to account, you can see that I have converted mine to a business account. I was mentioning that we have business account for Pinterest as well. So once you come to your account settings, over there at the top, you go to your account settings, and then you can convert to a business one. This one will allow you to make adverts on Pinterest. So as you can see, like it's not something that is so difficult. Facebook is the most complicated one. The rest and the other ones are simple tools that allow you to just drive traffic and sales to your website. And just by going through the app and simple settings, you can have you can share content. The last thing I want to share with you is how you take pictures, for example. Now, if you can go to the market and buy LED lights, right? Very simple LED lights that you can buy, or even get to the carpenter, for example, to create a socket, an electrician to create a socket for you. Get a wooden frame, a box frame. Let me see. I can share that with you. All right. Okay, so this one I wanted to show you. So as we can see, we have a wooden frame which is transparent, and what you have here is a mesh. Okay, you can get this mesh by from those who sell fabric and all of that on the market, and they are very cheap. So have somebody create this wooden frame for you, a carpenter or anything. Put a white cardboard inside it, but place it such a way that it flows from the top to the bottom, as you can see in the image. Put light on the three sides, left, right, and then the top. And then you can use your phone. Once you have done this setup, all you have to do is to just place your image inside the box and take a picture with your phone. It is going to come out very clean and professional, like you hire a professional photographer to do for you. Of course, they can do maybe something, better editing or anything, but if you have this setup, for example, you'll be able to create very compelling images that you can use anywhere without so much cost. If you cannot afford these advanced lighting, like I said, get an electrician. Let them get you the light socket that you use in your house, and put them in a frame. You can also use the styrofoam, the white material that comes with your fridge or your TV. Mold them into a box and then let them put the light socket in it so that it can bounce, it can make a very soft, nice light that you can put on the other side. When you place these ones on the left, right, and the top, it creates an even light around your product. When you place your product down inside the product and you use your phone, you're going to have a very clean image with very little cost. This one wouldn't cost you so much more than 100 Ghana cedis or 200 Ghana cedis to make. And you can be using this to take product of your cosmetic product day in, day out without so much cost. And you can be sharing this information, you can be sharing them on your on your catalog or website. You can use it to create the carousel on Facebook. You can post pins of them on Pinterest, and then any other platform that you are using that you didn't fit. So this is a brief introduction to the various tools that you have. First, I go over your website catalog. Please convert your profile to WhatsApp, and then continue using the Facebook. But to explore the carousel and then the instant experience, just play with it. It's not so difficult, and then I believe you can have a good social media experience. So if you have any questions, I'll be on standby, and then I'll respond to them as Charles lets me have them.
All right. Yes, thank you very much, Nelson. It's been very detailed, taking us through WhatsApp, Facebook, and Instagram, telling us exactly what to do. We have a few questions that would help us to move on. The first one I would say is somebody's asking, with all this, it's a good demonstration that you've done, but does it mean that if he doesn't have a website, he can't work with all the links that you did connecting from Facebook or WhatsApp to the website?
Well, I mentioned earlier in the first webinar that it's not necessary, it's not a big deal that you must by all means have a website. But I'm saying that, for example, if you are creating a post on Pinterest, for example, and they ask you to put a link, the link there doesn't necessarily mean your website. It means that a link is a URL, okay? In technical terms, a URL. You can put your Facebook profile over there. You can put your Instagram profile link over there. You can put any link over there. If you don't have it, you can leave it empty. It will not do anything. Just that you wouldn't be harnessing the importance of the platform as they have made it to be. That's what I'm saying. Most people are using Instagram and Facebook interchangeably, and they don't have websites. If you are creating a post on Facebook, for example, or if you are creating an advert on Facebook, for example, you can direct people to your Instagram, or you can copy the short link on your website, your WhatsApp business, so that they can have a direct chat with you. It's also a link, and it's going to be accepted. At the end of the day, you just want to drive people to a central point where you can advertise to them and explain and have this interaction to drive sales. That's what you are trying to cover. So I'm not saying it's a fixed rule that you should have a website, but if you have it, it's easier for you to communicate with people in a very easy and convenient way.
Okay, the second one we want to ask is that looking at the links that we did between the WhatsApp feed. So somebody is asking that if their customers are not on WhatsApp, would a link work for them?
If they are not on WhatsApp, it will ask them to create the link and then it will follow. But generally, most people are on WhatsApp. So it will only ask, it will try to pop up the WhatsApp on their phone. If they don't have it on their phone, it will probably direct them to download it on Google Play or anything. If they are not interested in WhatsApp, then it means they cannot chat with you because it's directed to WhatsApp. So you don't have so much to do about that one.
Okay, somebody's asking whether there's a link between WhatsApp and Facebook now? And how can that be activated?
Yes, so I'm saying that WhatsApp, Instagram, Facebook are all operated by Facebook. And they are trying to make everything seamless so that you can have the same experience across the platforms. So the settings that you are seeing on Facebook are similar settings you see on WhatsApp, similar settings you see on Instagram. And they are also trying to create the platform and opportunity for you to interconnect with them. I mentioned that on WhatsApp status, once you post a WhatsApp status, a link pops up that share to Facebook. If you click on that and you have a Facebook page or Facebook app on your phone, it copies the status and puts it on your Facebook status. So they are just trying to make all of these platforms work within one ecospace.
Okay, thank you very much. So at this point, we would, if any question comes up, I'll take it. It looks like we've exhausted, and I think your demonstrations was also very exhaustive, so we don't have a lot of questions left. Thank you very much, Nelson. We're not done yet. A few minutes, we'll be wrapping up. Thank you for all the participants. We have Georgios from the EU delegation to give us his closing remarks, and then we will be wrapping up. Okay, whilst we wait for Georgios to give us his closing remarks. Okay, he's on. So Georgios, the floor is yours. Thank you very much, Georgios, for being with us throughout.
Can you hear me?
Yes, we can hear you.
Dear Charles, dear UNIDO team, dear participants, I would like to thank you very much for participating today to this webinar on e-commerce. I had the opportunity to follow parts of it. I found it very useful and very practical. From the part of the European Union, we will continue through UNIDO and through our other projects to try to support Ghanaian SMEs under COVID times and beyond. We know that it's very, very complicated for businessmen who are already participate in a very steep competitive environment in Ghana in a difficult context, both in regional terms and in regional and international, national, regional, international terms. It's a difficult context. I hope they found the seminar today at least partly useful for their operations. Whatever questions or remarks they have, I hope they will manage to pass them through the panelists in order to find some clarifications. To remind the participants, the EU has a policy of open doors for them. You can communicate with us at any time through our project technical assistance teams, so through Charles, through our other projects we finance and we continue financing for the economic partnership agreement between the EU and Ghana. And for you to have clarifications on the EU role in Ghana and how we can further support companies, small and medium companies in the agricultural section. Just a closing remark. We are in a phase now of what we call in the European Union new programming. New programming means that we are planning our activities together with our Ghanaian partners for the next 6 to 7 years. It will be 7 years, most probably. For what kind of projects and activities we need to have in Ghana for all sectors and also for the private sector, the business sector. So I might see you or some of you in the next few months when I'm back, especially in Ghana, but also online, in order to have a feedback on what are the best ways for us to support small and medium companies who want to grow and develop in the agribusiness sector and export eventually to the EU. As a reminder, the EU is the biggest market Ghana has for its exports. The biggest market. EU is a combined union of 27 member states. This gives us a market of, which is a mature, a rich market of around 450 million people. Ghana is one of our precious partners in West Africa, and we are planning to keep it that way in terms of exports of agri products and in terms of supporting Ghanaian companies to grow. Thank you very much for attending once more the webinar, and I hope to see you soon again.
Yes, thank you very much, Georgios, for your closing remarks. We also appreciate the funding from the EU, and also appreciate the ambassador who joined us today on the webinar to also give us such warm closing remarks. On this note, we want to thank you very much. We also want to express our profound gratitude and appreciation to our two panelists, Nelson, who is still with us, and then Sarah Carroll, who has already left earlier. Sarah started by telling us the transition between e-marketing and e-commerce, and Nelson did justice to the topic of doing practical aspects on uploading our products on Facebook, Instagram, Pinterest, and the others. We would encourage all of you to follow Wacom on all our social media handles, Wacom Ghana on Facebook. We have a website on LinkedIn. Follow us, and then we would always be interactive. Let's get things going even within this time of social distancing. Today has been a very interesting time, and we inform you that next week we're also doing something very interesting. In these times of COVID, we want to promote our products. I was impressed when Sarah said this morning that we have over 6 million active internet users in Ghana. So if you have a corner shop, you have a few people passing through, but if we have an online presence, ideally you have 1 million people following, and you can reach them to get your products on. So next week, we want to do packaging as a marketing tool. That's next week, Thursday, 28th. Packaging as a marketing tool. Same time, 11 a.m. The invitation is on. It's on all other our website, our social media handles. So please get registered and come. It will be shorter. Today was a bit longer, but next week will be very short, very concise, straight to the point. On Thursday is packaging as a marketing tool. And when you have the right packaging material, the next thing is to brand. So on Friday, 11, we'll have branding and marketing. What labels do we have to put on? How should our product look? We will have somebody from FDA and another international expert taking us through branding and marketing. And on Thursday, we have an international expert. If I'm one of the best, today you saw Sarah, we brought you one of the best. And next week, expect one of the very best in the world in terms of packaging to talk to us on packaging as a marketing tool. On this note, we want to thank all our team members. Again, our colleagues are with us now for cosmetics, Joseph for cassava and derivatives, Frank for fruits, Mr. Jamna for quality, and then we have Kwame also for credit issues. Please reach out to all our team members, and all your comments will be channeled. If you have issues to Nelson beyond this meeting, it will be done. Again, I thank you all, and my colleague in the Indo headquarters who helped moderate this. She didn't show her face today, but Ibe, thank you very much for all the support from the background. It's been wonderful coming your way today. We look forward to meeting next week. Please follow us, and Wacom would do all that we can to promote our businesses in these times. And like Sarah said, I want to quote her last words. She says, you have a local presence initially and you go international. So we believe with our website, with our Facebook, we'll go local and then we'll go worldwide. So Georgios, thank you once more for staying with us. We say yes, and then we hope to see you very soon when international flights are open in Ghana. On this note, we say thank you, everybody. Have a nice afternoon. Bye.